Girl, y'all might want to grab a seat for this one because Will Smith has finally broken his silence after rumors that he's filing for divorce from Jada completely took over the internet. And whew, this situation is getting messier by the day. Now, y'all already know that over the last couple of weeks, Will has been spotted multiple times with a mystery woman amid reports claiming he was finally ready to end things with Jada and make his new relationship official. But apparently, Jada is not making this easy at all. Inside sources are now saying she's refusing to sign the divorce papers, and some people even think that's the real reason behind those recent awkward interviews and public comments that seemed low-key directed at Will. But wait, because it gets even crazier. Insiders are now claiming that Will allegedly has the full support of his kids to move on and start fresh with this new woman, while Jada is reportedly dragging things out behind the scenes and continuing to embarrass Will publicly at every opportunity. And honestly, this whole situation is starting to feel like a Hollywood reality show, playing out in real time, the tension, rumors, the public shade. It's all getting way too loud to ignore. So before we unpack all this drama and get into what Will allegedly said behind closed doors, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because, baby, this story is a mess. Now, in case y'all somehow missed all the drama, Jada Pinkett Smith has basically been on a full-blown media run these past couple of months, talking about everything from her personal life to her relationship with her kids to how proud she is of finally putting out the book she always dreamed of writing, and, of course, her marriage to Will Smith. But let's be honest, over the last few years, Jada has shared a lot of deeply personal details about Will and their relationship that many fans feel probably should have stayed behind closed doors. People really started side-eyeing the situation because it almost looked like she was publicly exposing Will nonstop, especially after that infamous Oscars moment when Will slapped Chris Rock over the jokes about Jada's alopecia. And what made the whole thing even more shocking was when Jada later admitted she was surprised Will even reacted like that because the two of them were secretly separated at the time. Whew, and honestly, things only spiraled from there. Over the following months, Jada opened up about their marriage basically falling apart, hinted at them having an open relationship, and even revealed that her family allegedly pressured her into marrying Will in the first place. Then, of course, the internet completely lost its mind all over again once her entanglement with August Alsina got dragged back into the conversation. And ever since then, fans have been convinced there's way more going on behind the scenes than what they're telling the public. Now, let's be real for a second. Will Smith definitely took a huge image hit after all those interviews Jada Pinkett Smith did because for years people viewed Will and Jada as the blueprint for the perfect Black Hollywood couple. So many people looked up to their marriage, admired their bond, and genuinely thought they had it all figured out. That's why when all those deeply personal details started spilling out publicly, it completely shattered that image overnight and honestly left a major stain on Will's reputation in the eyes of a lot of fans. But apparently, it didn't take Will long to decide he was finally ready to move on. According to insiders, after years of public embarrassment, non-stop headlines, and people constantly dissecting his marriage online, Will allegedly felt like he couldn't keep repeating the same cycle with Jada anymore and wanted a fresh start with somebody new. Sources are now claiming that Will privately reached out to Jada to let her know things were getting serious with a new woman, and that he could actually see the relationship leading to marriage someday. Because of that, he reportedly hoped they could finally move forward with officially ending the marriage, especially now that all their kids are grown. But who apparently Jada did not react the way he expected. Insiders close to her are saying she allegedly brushed off Will's new relationship at first and didn't think it was anything serious, which only made the tension behind the scenes even worse. But y'all, everything supposedly changed the second that video of Will dancing with a mystery woman started circulating online. At first, fans didn't really think much of it because nobody knew what was allegedly happening behind closed doors. Most people assumed it was just another celebrity moment or Will having fun with a fan at an event. But according to sources close to Will, there was apparently a lot more going on than the public realized. Insiders are now claiming the mystery woman is allegedly Will's new partner, and supposedly the two are hoping to make things official once Jada finally agrees to the divorce. And honestly, if there's one thing people have noticed throughout all this drama, it's that Will has tried very hard to keep things classy publicly. Despite all the awkward interviews, personal revelations, and embarrassing stories that have surfaced over the years, Will has mostly stayed quiet and avoided saying his side of the story. So the fact that rumors about a serious new relationship are now leaking out has a lot of people convinced that things behind closed doors may be way more serious than anyone originally thought. But apparently Jada Pinkett Smith did not take the news about Will Smith moving on very well at all, because according to insiders, things allegedly went completely left the moment Will sent over those divorce papers. Sources are claiming that instead of quietly moving forward with the split, Jada reportedly refused to sign the papers and immediately jumped right back into interview mode, revisiting some of the most controversial and uncomfortable moments from their marriage yet again. And honestly, a lot of fans felt like every new interview only added even more pressure and public embarrassment to Will. And whew, y'all, people online were saying this latest round of interviews hit way harder than the previous ones because Jada didn't just bring up the cheating allegations again, she also went into detail about why she decided to tell the public everything in the first place. Social media instantly split into chaos, with some people defending her for speaking her truth, while others accused her of intentionally damaging Will's image and bruising his ego right when he was allegedly trying to move on with his life and start fresh. Baby, the internet had a lot to say about that one, so go ahead and take a listen to what she has to say.
My kings out there that have been cheated on by their women, stop making it your fault. Yes, women cheat too. Now here's the other thing. Sex is one of the strongest forces in the universe that we have to deal with. This is about self-mastery. It's not even about what's going on in a relationship. This is about self-mastery, okay? So if you think just because somebody says they love you, or you think just because they want to be in a relationship with you, that means that that's going to dissolve all their traumas that they come with, you know what I'm saying, and that they're gonna know how to deal with their traumas. Nah, people gonna mess up. So here's the thing, make sure you're with someone that is interested in mastering themselves and everything that they come with. And I know that there's a lot of pain that comes with infidelity, but relationships is a spiritual endeavor.
Can I tell the little twist part?
Yeah, you tell the little twist part.
Set it up, because this one I was ready to throw my book across the room.
Yeah. So, you know, everything came out, and I was like, oh, I got to take myself to the table. Like now, mind you, Will and I were not together. We hadn't been together. 2016. And I decided I'm going to take myself to the table. Will says, I want to come to the table with you. And I was really surprised, and I was like, wow. He's like, I don't want you to be at the table by yourself. I want to support you. And so I was like, oh, okay. So he comes to the table, and you know, I try to just, you know, and this is a really complex moment. We come to the table, and Will's not ready. He's not ready. And he's kind of backtracking. And he's going through this motion. And I'm like, So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to speak my truth. But I'm also going to protect you. So if I got to look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'm going to do it. Y'all.
However, the tea is getting even messier because insiders are also claiming their children were allegedly supportive of the divorce and even supportive of Will's new relationship. According to sources close to the family, the kids were reportedly frustrated with how often Jada kept putting their private family business all over the internet, while Will continued taking the heat publicly. Sources even claim Jaden Smith has grown tired of watching his mother embarrass herself publicly, while also dragging Will through headlines every single time she sits down for another interview. And apparently, things behind the scenes became very tense because insiders are now alleging that Jaden directly confronted Jada and urged her to finally sign the divorce papers before the entire family situation becomes even more embarrassing in public. And honestly, if these reports are true, this whole situation may be a lot worse behind closed doors than people originally thought. So what do y'all think are the kids' rights by supporting Will to get a divorce? Or could they have done better in trying to make things work between Will and Jada? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button.